Alright, let's try this. Let's see if I can point it out. Not really, not there. That's where the leak is. When I fired the rig up, the oil started leaking at the top about 12 o'clock and it just ran down the bottom. So we're gonna pull that and see. I already know it wasn't very tight, but I'm gonna pull it out and replace whatever O-ring or seal is on it. And hopefully it's cut and obvious and we can learn a little bit from that. So let's get this pig out of here. If it was too tight, I may not be able to get it out of here. Not a lot of room to work with the valves. They're so close together. There's no getting a socket on it. Thankfully it wasn't so tight I couldn't get it out of there. Get some of this trash off there. I'm almost out of brake there. Try to keep things as clean as you can, because for every little speck of dirt you see, there's usually one you don't see. This one's just going to be an O-ring. See a chunk of it already. Hopefully it doesn't hemorrhage oil. Oh yeah. All right. That was in the thread. That's just rubber. Okay. I don't know if you can see it. Stick something in there. It's gonna puke all the oil out. There's all kinds of trash. Yeah, you can see it there. Threads are pulled on it a little bit too. There's little strips of metal. You never know what you're going to find when you get into these things. That's actually not a good sign. Need to investigate that a little further. Whenever you take something apart, don't just fix the problem. Examine what you're taking apart. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not. If I can get it turned just right. Is it that one? Yeah. If you look in this hole here, when I take my finger away, there's a little bit of trash in there. It all looks like rubber. The backup rings on this don't look all that great. You can see, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's an O-ring in the middle and there's a backup ring on each side of it. That one's pretty chewed up. I'm not really sure. That wouldn't cause our external leak, so I'm not super concerned about that. I'm just wondering what's going on that's making it chew that up. But our actual O-ring sealing external, this O-ring sealing from the World, basically the oil from the World, and it's been in there a while. It's not round anymore. It's got that classic beveled look. And then these two O-rings are sealing two separate passages off based on the position of this valve. There's a spring in here and all that stuff. I don't see, other than the little chunks of rubber in there, I don't see anything that concerns me. The only thing that concerns me is I guarantee you I do not have the backups and the O-rings for that. I'm sure I have a O-ring for that because I'm sure it's just an O-ring boss. Looks like a dash. That's a bit off camera. It's pretty big. Dash 24 maybe. And if you don't know what the dash stuff means with hydraulics, most of them have to do with the ID of the hose, and it's essentially 1/16 of an inch. So a dash 4/16, if you remember fractions from school, reduce it down 1/4 inch. Dash 16 would be an inch, dash 12 3/4, etc. So if you go over an inch, I don't remember the name of the fraction where the numerator is bigger than the denominator, but like dash 24 would be inch and that'd be 3/4. Now I'm looking like a dumbass. Anyway, you get the idea. So a 2-inch line would be a dash 32. So I'll find an O-ring for that and put it back together, clean it up, and that will be that. I'm not going to leave the camera on while I dig. I should have an O-ring right in my little kit, but anyway, that's what it is. That's what the valve looks like when it comes out, and I'll get it fixed and move on to the next project. We'll see you around.